Welcome, Apinder. Thank you so much for joining. This is our third session. I hope you have been well. Thank you so much for joining. I know today's topic, the project manager versus AI and who actually wins. Hot topic. I know a lot of PMs feeling that their positions are becoming obsolete and AI will win. So we just want to make sure that we incorporate some feedback for our audience to make sure that their jobs are secure. And we want to just kind of talk through some differences between, how AI can assist with the role. So I guess we could start off.
Sure. Excited for that.
Yeah. Thank you so much. So the first question, in your opinion, will AI replace PMs or elevate them?
So I don't think AI is here to replace any project managers. It's definitely here to elevate them if we let it. So AI is a great enabler and can help PMs in various ways and help PMs focus on critical aspects involved in project management. So while AI can help them process huge amounts of data in seconds, it can flag risks early, automate routine updates, and even draft project plans based on historical data, which is very powerful. And it can help project managers lead people, which is the main task. Stakeholder management, critical thinking, problem solving. These are all human related things where a PM has to focus. Right.
Yes.
So while AI lifts up the load of the task oriented things, the project management, uh, scenario based things, or guide them towards the direction, what can be done. They can focus on the people aspect and stakeholder aspect and other aspects. So, for me, AI is like a smart assistant. It helps free up our mental space from repetitive and administrative tasks. So, we PMs can double up on things like value creation, driving outcomes, more of strategic thinking, stakeholder alignment, problem solving, leading teams through the change. So, all those things. And I think project manager can embrace AI as their partner, not as a threat.
Yes.
So I truly believe it will elevate the profession. It's not about being replaced. It's more of being repositioned to lead in a more data informed and outcomes driven way.
Thank you. That's fair. Thank you so much.
Mhm.
So what's an example of, where AI made your project life easy? You have an example there?
Yeah, sure, definitely. One example that stands out how AI has helped me speed up the process of creating SOWs for a client project. So
Sure.
normally
Yes.
normally, how putting up a SOW together or even, drafting some contract requirements or just normal BRD documents takes so much hours, it takes so much of your time and effort. So you are digging into through past templates, adjusting the language, making sure all the key points are covered. But with AI, I was just able to input some key project details, and it gave me a really solid version within minutes.
Right. That's right.
Yeah. So it was just about fine. Then from there onwards, it was just about fine tuning, adding specifics, reviewing with the team, and aligning it with the client tone or something. Where it usually took me so many days to work on it, I think it was just an hour or two effort that I spent in total. So similarly, it also helped me with stakeholder presentations, especially the executive leadership presentations, where it helped me organize some updates, pull data from project reports, and even setting up some visual layouts for that. So it doesn't do the thinking for me, but it takes care of the heavy lifting part, and I can focus on what really matters, basically on the message that I really want to deliver to the executive leadership. So yeah, AI hasn't replaced anything I do, but it definitely made a lot of things faster and convenient and easier for me.
Yeah, I can attest to the procurement
Yeah.
portion, MSA, styles, even
Yes.
document management, right? So
Absolutely.
transcriptions and turning those
Yeah.
into tech docs, of course, with a
Yes.
little human intervention, but I
Yes.
totally agree.
Yes, and absolutely. I haven't worked with the AI risk predictor thing, but
Yeah.
a few of my partners are working with it, and they feel that it's very powerful. And I agree with them because I've seen that, but I haven't implemented myself yet.
Understand. Yep. That's a good point. So, how should project managers upskill to stay relevant alongside AI?
That's such an important question, and honestly, every project manager should be thinking about it right now. So, if you're a PM today, I'd say the first step is don't be afraid of AI. Get curious about it. You don't need to become a data scientist or start coding or do something technical, some rocket science happening there. But you just need to understand what these tools can do and how they can fit into your workflow. I always recommend start small, play around with tools, simple tools like ChatGPT, Copilot, Gamma, Claude, or maybe some other AI writing assistant tools which are readily available in the market right now. There are a lot of commonly used tools in the market that are not very expensive. So you can utilize those tools to start with. Then use them for very smaller tasks like drafting minutes of meetings or create project summaries, project charters, creating presentations, or even brainstorming risk scenarios that often come up. So AI can really guide well with that. And once I believe you start using it, you'll begin to see where it can actually save you time. So you'll
Yes.
see the benefit soon. And beyond that, I think PMs should focus on building data literacy, not deep analytics, but just being comfortable reading dashboards, understanding trends, making some decisions based on insights, not just instincts. The next evolution calls for AI to analyze the data, plan risks, and act as risk predictor. Like just spoke about it in my previous question. While we as program managers, portfolio managers, project managers, need to ensure that we bring it all together with our human capabilities to drive things strategically and help organizations enhance their operational efficiencies with AI. So, having a combo of AI skills plus social economic skills will not just keep you relevant, but essential in the market.
Yeah, I think that's spot on. I think it's spot on. We just need to embrace AI
Right.
and just kind of take it step by step, small steps. So this is a real talk question. Um, have you ever secretly hoped AI would accidentally reschedule a horrible meeting for you?
Oh, yes, I've definitely had those moments. And I believe everyone does, but not everyone wants to be loud about it. So, talking about mine, I've had those moments, especially these long recurring meetings, that do not end on time, and half the team is multitasking while going through those meetings.
That is
So
status report meeting.
yes. So I remember that one weekly sync meeting where it was just like a never ending status dump, and it had some statuses that could be shared over a small email or maybe on a well formatted dashboard through a well formatted dashboard link, highlighting the critical parameters, of course. And then from there, if someone had a question, we can schedule a meeting, of course. But every time that meeting popped up on my calendar, I'd wish AI would glitch and move it off the planet for me. So guilty as charged. AI hasn't done it for me yet, but PM can dream, right?
Yeah, I know that there are some tools out there that you could take your face and
Mm,
record. So wouldn't it be
right.
amazing if we could use a tool? So I know there are some tools you could pre-record, have that tool
Oh, really?
jump on the call. Maybe they won't be good at the impromptu speaking portion, but if you're training it to kind of provide the status, and you may have to jump in if there are questions, but wouldn't that be something if,
That
there are
is
some tools
wow.
that could
That is
interact with
wow.
you,
I've been
address
thinking
those
on those
executive
lines.
questions?
It will be
So,
great.
oh my goodness. I wonder how many people would actually attend calls if that were the case, right? They may be off to sitting on a beach and just have this robot on
Right.
the calls, right?
Right.
So, yeah, it's a good answer. All right. So, how do you coach skeptical PMs who are worried about AI taking over?
Yeah, so that's a great question, and I've been thinking about it a lot, and I have done with few project managers before in recent months because of the AI hype going on all around.
Mhm.
So when I'm coaching PMs who are skeptical or worried about AI, I just start with listening to them. But
Mhm.
honestly, their concerns are valid. A lot of talk going around AI can sound like it's going to replace everyone, and that's scary for them, you know. But then I walk them through what AI can actually do in project management, how it can enable them. It doesn't lead teams, it doesn't manage tough stakeholders, but it can definitely handle the gray areas that come up in real world delivery sometimes. So it can and not really handle it, but at least guide you or provide you direction for that when you get confused with those things. You
Mhm.
have to
Mhm.
do it as a human, take a call and manage everything, but it can definitely guide you on those aspects when you get confused over there.
Yeah.
Then
Yeah.
another thing would be, I think, the status reports, documentation, tracking, and even just as simple task as drafting things earlier and faster. So AI can help them there. So I have spoken to many PMs about it, and they did understand that, but usually I tell them, look, AI isn't here to take your job. It's here to take your busy work so that you can focus on your role that really matters.
Yeah. Yep.
So, once they see things in action, start using those simple tools like we spoke about, they actually, feel that some of the heavy work that they were doing is getting off their plate and AI is helping it. Maybe it can be simple like drafting project charters, or just drafting their minutes of meeting with clear actions and owners, and the date or timelines we discuss over the calls. Of course, the humans have to go through it and modify it if it isn't accurate or if it needs to be adjusted. But then, the time that was being taken, consistently, like half an hour for to capture those things, it'll just 10 in 5-10 minutes it's done. So a
Yep.
lot of heavy work is being, taken care by AI these days. So that's where when they start using it and when they start adopting all those small things in the usual PM routine, that clicks to them.
Yep. I think that's fair. Fair.
Mhm.
So, what's one PM skill that AI will never be able to replicate or replace?
That's an easy one because emotional intelligence, which calls for empathy. So
Yeah.
AI can analyze data, track progress, flag risks, write reports, and even suggest next steps, provide the direction. But it cannot look into the eyes of a frustrated member. It cannot read the energy of the room, sense the tension that's going around, and it cannot understand why someone is missing deadlines. I think I spoke about it in one of my earlier sessions. That maybe a person is overwhelmed, not lazy. So those kind of scenarios are very human oriented things where AI will never be able to replicate these skills. And I think we while we are navigating as a PM, we are navigating the politics, burnout, and team dynamics also, which takes a human connection. So it cannot it cannot really build that trust and calm that chaos or make people feel engaged and contributing towards everything. That is something that is not just AI. In fact, not any algorithm can do it, be it any technology also, not just AI, but any technology also, if you bring in, nothing can do that. So it's always that emotional intelligence is needed while you are working with people, and that's where I think AI can never replace.
So do you think there is a risk that PMs become too reliant on AI tools? Think there's a risk?
Yeah, I do think there's a little bit of risk. And it's not just with AI, it's with any tool. If you get used to it, if excessive use is done, anyone can get addicted towards it. And you stop, it's a human thing, you stop using your brain when you're getting everything cooked. So, if PMs start relying on AI for everything from writing updates to making decisions, there's a chance we lose touch with the real work, which is understanding the context, the people, and reading the bigger picture, which is really important for any kind of project. AI can give us insights, but it cannot give us the judgment. The decision making has to be done by us. So that's very important. It can suggest actions, but it can't sense the politics in the room, like I said before. It's very important for us to use AI as a support system, not a foundation. It is there to help you be a better project manager but not replace your thinking. So the moment we stop asking questions and just follow what tool says, that's when we are in trouble. So yes, love the tools, love what AI is doing for us, how it's enabling us, but don't lose your own voice in this process, is what I can say.
Has there ever been a time that you can tell that a project, program, or portfolio manager, whether it's waterfall or agile arena, that you can tell that their stats report was AI created? Did they fumble on just updates? Has there ever been a time? Have you ever had an experience like that or seen an experience like that in which they just didn't know the material and you could tell that they were out of touch with the status and what's going on with the effort?
I haven't been through that, but yes, on small, not on the portfolio level or status level, but from small tasks like just copying the messages and sending it without even reading it, or at times minutes of meeting we just discuss something else and they just copy and pasted whatever the AI has given, and then I go back and say, hey, I think there's some edits in this. Maybe you have not edited it. So at times the names are wrong. At times the names are wrong because the Indian names or some regional names are that sort. Even they would not even correct the name, and instead of July, for example, it's July 2025. It will not say 2025. It will just say July, end of July or something. No date is there. Whether we talked about by end of July, I mean to put the date. So.
Oh my goodness, that is hilarious. Yeah. At least we need them to read, right?
Yes.
So that's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think there's I'm sorry, if your AI bot had a personality, what would it be, a drill sergeant, a therapist, or a DJ?
Okay. I love this question, first of all. Okay, so I'll go with therapist because that really resonates with my original personality. Not just in personal life, but even professionally, I'm more of a people person. So I enjoy connecting with people, having real conversations, being present with people rather than just working robotically. If you ask some of my former colleagues, they'd probably tell you the same. Even when things get tough, I try to read between the lines, calm things down, make them feel heard, connected, supported, and reassure them that they aren't alone in that. And I try to give them confidence that we'll sail through it together.
Yeah.
So, on a lighter note, I remember one thing. So, on a lighter note, one of my close friends, not one of my close friends, in fact, a bunch of my close friends, old colleagues back in India and some in New Jersey. So they used to joke, saying, "Appy, you could totally be a therapist or a motivational RJ." And I honestly just would smile and take it as a huge compliment for myself, giving some unique gestures to them.
Yeah.
So nowadays, I do feel like the workplace environment isn't quite what it used to be. Things have changed a bit over the years. People have evolved. I have evolved. And I've learned to adjust how I connect based on the energy I get.
Thank you.
So, but deep down, I'm still the same person. So, yeah, this question definitely brought back some good memories. And I'm really glad you asked it.
Now, what if we were to select DJ? How would that align? Just an AI bot, personality, PM, program, portfolio. Anything comes to mind when selecting DJ? Is there
So,
a
you
song
know,
or a mix?
I cannot think on it. More of it'll be like, singing version and mixing things like, we create a remix of things. So it'll be like, you know, doing as a DJ, I think it'll be more of playing, wearing multiple hats, we say, wearing multiple hats together. So, as a portfolio manager, you're also doing the PM work, you're also doing the business analyst work, and so on, which is happening in various industries, I know, because of cost constraints and a lot many things. But I would resonate a DJ wearing a multiple hats, being at
Yeah.
a designation of a portfolio leadership, still doing everything alone.
Bringing people together, making them
Yeah.
move,
Yeah.
whether they are
Yeah.
uncomfortable with the
Hey, nothing
direction
is
or
moving.
not.
Maybe like seeing the project. Hey, nothing is moving. Let me set up a call.
Yeah.
Hello,
Right.
guys. How are you? What's going on?
And then, when you set up the call, they usually give you what you need just to avoid the call. They're like, okay, here's
Yeah.
the status. I've been asking for
Yes.
this. So I think that's fair.
Right.
All right. So our last question for the session. So what's your dream AI co-pilot feature that doesn't exist today?
Interesting question. So, I think, despite all the technical stuff we talked about in the past, I like AI to do two more things for me, which I haven't seen so far. The first one would be I'd love AI to actually keep track of everything that's happening across emails, chats, tools. So whenever I jump into a meeting, it just gives me a quick pop up saying, hey, here's what changed from the last meeting, and here's what matters to the stakeholders. And don't forget about the little issue that popped up last week or 2 weeks ago, so that I can help save time on the prep work that I usually do before getting into these meetings. I think that will be and I can focus more on the communication part, how to be effective and how to put my message across rather than, digging in for these things before. Because back of the mind, you always know what's going on, but it's just like while you're communicating things, you miss something, and then you have to set up another meeting for the same thing. So one is that. The second one, and I think that is kind of my favorite. I think AI, if AI can help protect me, my energy and time, because we are in back-to-back meetings all day long. Sometimes it's 4 hours on a stretch. We are in meetings. So maybe AI pops up and says, hey, you've been in back-to-back meetings for those 4 hours. How about taking a break of 30 minutes? So that it reminds us that we are human, not a machine, and helps us saves our energy and time, as I said.
Yeah, I think that's great. And it just made me think of, what if there's an AI agent that can determine if the meeting is something we need to attend, or one that we need to attend, versus just sitting out the meeting minutes.
Absolutely, yeah.
That would be amazing as well. So I think it's spot on.
Like you said, it also reminded me of the status thing that we discussed in one of the questions. Just sending out the status every week. Just obviously it sends to the project manager, not the whole team, to review it so that he can send it, rather than organizing those weekly syncs. A dashboard link where you can review and then just publish that link.
Correct.
To everyone.
Maybe transcription of you recording. I don't know if that may be too robotic. Yes. Where you're walking through the status. Mm-hmm. You can anticipate questions, sending it out to your leader, and they just kind of click, provide feedback. We incorporate and go from there. So
that will be great.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate you taking time out today. So
thank you, Shanta. Likewise, it was a great discussion.
Thank you.